Hoi, ik ben Mark. Dit is mijn zus Katherine. Hi, my name is Mark, and this is my sister Katherine. We're going to be exploring speaking Dutch today. Katherine, how long have you lived in the Netherlands?
So I've been living there for about 5 years now.
And how long have you been speaking Dutch?
I started learning Dutch about 7 years ago.
So why'd you move to the Netherlands?
So when I was a student in university, I studied abroad, and I met at the time, my boyfriend, but now my husband. His name is Ben. He's Dutch. He lives in the Netherlands, and now we live together there now.
So would you say there's anything about the Dutch language that's unique or particularly not very convenient for the English language?
Dutch is a lot like English in that there's a lot of similar words. Dutch has a lot of sounds that English doesn't have, which makes it hard for English speakers to learn it. But Dutch, culturally, Dutch people are different than American people. So you definitely see a lot of differences in how they use language and how they talk to each other.
Quite blunt.
Yeah, Dutch people are very honest. They are... they don't mince words. They are very direct. If they think something, they'll tell you. If they don't like your sweater, they're going to tell you that they think it's ugly.
Sounds like I have a problem over there. So one of the sayings that Katherine taught me to say is a phrase that's not very common in the Netherlands unless you're actually wanting to really know how someone is, which is "How are you?" Which is "Hoe gaat het met je?" She says it way better. Do you want to try?
Hoe gaat het met je?
Okay, I can't say it very well, but I try.
So Mark, hoe gaat het met je?
Hoit.
Goed.
Hoot. Hoot.
En met jou?
Ook goed.
Ook goed, yeah.
Good also, yes. But that's not a typical response. Typically, if you ask someone, like your server at a restaurant would never come up to you and ask,
How are you? No, that's something that's really reserved for people that you know and that you want to, if you haven't seen them in a while, you might. So like, I don't go to the office much anymore, but if I did go, I would see a coworker and I would say, yeah, hoe gaat het met je? How's life?
Yes.
So it's more of a
catching up,
checking in with somebody instead of a greeting.
Oh, okay. Well, some other things, I would just want to get into to why I'm trying to learn little bits and pieces of Dutch. Katherine's getting older, and she's gonna have children one day, and those are gonna be bilingual children. And I want to be a good uncle, and I want to be able to speak to these children. So we've been trying to go over a few phrases, and thus far I know how to say "Hoe het met je?"
Hoe gaat het met je?
Who are you?
How are you?
I know how to introduce myself, and I know how to introduce Katherine. But what other tools should I, use to try to keep learning Dutch? Like besides just FaceTiming you and Ben and talking to you.
When I first started learning Dutch, it was really an exposure thing. So, I started learning with my husband first, and he taught me numbers and colors and all the things that you teach babies. But I watched a lot of videos in Dutch, and I read a lot. Dutch grammar is a little bit more convenient than English in the sense that there's rules, and once you learn the rules, everything follows the rules. So when you pronounce words, like at the beginning I could read paragraphs out loud and not know what any of the words meant, but say them correctly because there were pronunciation rules. So I think learning, like having like some actual education about the language is a good place to start. But yeah, I didn't really get fluent until I lived there, and I listened to the radio, and I talked to people at the supermarket, and yeah.
So you have a new nephew, and his name is Dan. Dan. I can't say his name, so
his name is Dan. Dan. It looks like the name Dan, but it's Dan, and that vowel does not exist in English.
Which?
But my name, Katherine, Dutch people have a really hard time with it because TH doesn't exist in Dutch.
Yeah, which I keep wanting to say at the end of each word, like the "hoe het met je." I keep wanting to say the sound, but it's just a T.
So a lot of Dutch people, I get renamed to Katherine instead of Katherine. But
well, thank you, Katherine. Thank you for letting me annoy you today and examine everything to do with Dutch culture and the Dutch language.
Happy to help.
And, that's pretty much all I have to say on the matter. I'm going to keep trying to learn it.
Learn how to say goodbye?
And, Oh, how do I say goodbye?
Tot ziens.
Tot zien. Bye.
Bye.